In this scenario, we're looking at working on a new section of road that runs from this straight section here to this intersection down here. What we've got currently is a series of compound curves, broken back curves, and some little sharp bends. Basically, it has pretty bad geometry. While this section of road is limited to 80 kilometers an hour, it should really be even less than that because it's not a very comfortable drive. What we want to do is upgrade this to 100 kilometers per hour and design it to 110. Now we've got a road corridor we can look at if we turn on registered parcels. We've got a bit of room to move, but it could be that we may need to look at some land resumptions. Perhaps through here and even along here somewhere. Now that looks rather close as it is, so turn those off for the moment. First, we'll create an alignment. There's a horizontal component to that, which we'll do first, followed by a vertical component. Then we'll add super elevation and create a corridor, so that we can export to machine control. And we'll do earthworks volumes on that. So let's get started. We'll turn on the surface that we're using. This is a surface based on LiDAR that has been clipped back just to cover the road area. So first of all, under the corridor tab, we go to create an alignment. We'll call it new alignment. Generally that would be the name of the road and the date or the job number, but just to let you know how things work, I'll just create a new layer and call it new alignment as well. What we're also going to do is use a guide. So we'll create a string out of straights and just use it to guide where the alignment is going to go. We'll make the guide color magenta and the line weight 0.25 millimeters. The new alignment will make orange and a similar line weight. So OK that. Before creating the alignment, we go to CAD, create line string, and this one is going to be guide. It's on layer guide, and it's going to be created from a series of straights. So the starting coordinate is going to be in the middle of the road up here, and that's going to run as a straight. We'll just use straights at the moment to the middle of the road down here. Now close that because we'll start a new line for the next straight. So what we're going to do here is create a straight here, a straight along here. We won't put it down the middle of the road because I think we're trying to get rid of that S-bend here. Straighten this out so this just becomes one curve and two straights. And likewise here, one curve and a straight in and a straight out. So you can see this long wonky bend here. Well, we'll probably bring that around to the point where we just make that into a single straight, moving into another broad sweeping curve and another straight up the hill to a curve going out to this bearing from the intersection there. So the second line we put in will be the same name because it will end up being the same straight actually. From roughly there to around here somewhere. Close that one, start a new one. Around about here. Try and take that S-bend out. I don't want to get any closer to the creek than they've been. Going to about there will be alright. Close that one, start another one. So that one's going to come up through to around about there. We'll line it up there. So it'll come from about here, run up the hill to about there, and then the last one will be more or less from that driveway to the edge. So this is really just to pick up a curve coming through here. So now what we need to do is we need to extend those. So if we go to edit, use trim extend function, go one line to bounding line. Now the way this works is these will all be extensions. I can extend this according to this as a bounding line. So if we nominate that as the bounding line and that one as the line to extend, that puts this intersection over here. So now we can reverse that. Use that one as the bounding line and that one as the line to extend. And we can use this one as the bounding line and that one as the line to extend. And if you make any mistakes, you can just go back and fix them up. So make that one as the bounding line and this one as the line to extend. Similarly for the next two curves, we can say that's the bounding line and that's the one to extend. That's the bounding line and that's the one to extend. And then that's the bounding line and that's the one to extend. And that's the bounding line and that's the one to extend. I think you'll probably get what I mean. So I'll close that. Now we want to join those to create a simple line out of all of those. Not that it's actually necessary, but we'll do it anyway because it's so quick and easy. Alright, so that's just a single polyline. Close that one now. Now what we want to do is to create an alignment, but we want to use the inscribed curves at intersection points. We call it IP in Australia, but the Americans call it PI, or point of intersection. So click OK. Now that brings up this box. What we want to do is nominate where the stations are where we're going to implement this. So this will be the beginning. Snap to that one, hit enter. Snap to this one, hit enter again, and I think you can follow the general flow of events here. Just nominating these intersection points and also the beginning and the end of the alignment. So zoom out a little and we want to create these as spiral arcs with 500 meter radius and a 70 meter spiral in and a 70 meter spiral out. Likewise for this one, it's 500 meter radius, 70 meters in and out. Now this one's a bit longer, so go about 700 for that one. This can be iterative as well, so we'll just make that maybe a 150 lead in, lead out. A nice sweeping curve, nice and comfortable for the motorist. So this one is the little spiral up the top. We're using 500 meter minimums. So we'll just go with what we've got there. Now let's just see how that works. Okay, that's picked up that intersection right through the middle, so that's good. I might just decrease the radius there to see if I can fit that a little tighter. Okay, so that's brought it in close enough to get rid of that little wonky curve, and that one, as well as these ones. Quite happy with that, and also quite happy with that. So that's the first stage, that is a horizontal alignment.